THS Morning Show with Mr. Brenner and Mrs. Keating.
Good morning, Trojans, and welcome to the morning show with Mr. Brenner and Mrs. Keating with today's special guest, Mr. Will Kelly from our Techs department here at Troy High School. Thank you for being with us today, Mr. Kelly. And we also have with us the National Honor Society advisors, the two Mrs. Browns. Thanks for being with us today.
Good morning, everyone, and good morning, students and all of our viewers that are watching. Happy Tuesday, November 24th, 2020. If you would, please stop, stand, and join me for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Now, please join me in a moment of silent meditation. On to you, Mrs. Keating, for announcements.
Okay, today we'd like to put out a big congratulations to the new National Honor Society inductees. Mr. Brenner and I got to help the two Mrs. Browns with driving around and taking treats and certificates and pins to the new inductees. We split them up and went to houses, as you can see with some of the pictures. We have some pictures, not all, and we got to do that together. So we're going to let the Mrs. Browns talk a little bit about that experience as well.
Good morning. I'm Mrs. Brown, and the other Mrs. Brown are the NHS advisors. I'd like to.
Mrs. Bio Brown.
Oh, yes, I'm Mrs. Biology Brown, and we have Mrs. Algebra Brown. We are the Browns, and we are the NHS advisors. So I wanted to talk a little bit about what is required of students to be a part of NHS. So the big thing is GPA. So in order to be considered, you need to uphold a 94% GPA your junior year. And then while you're applying, you need to have 3 teacher recommendations. You need to be active within your community, active within your school, show value and service, and you need to be a leader in and out of the classroom. And just remembering NHS members represent our school. So that's a big thing. So we would like to congratulate the following members on becoming a part of National Honor Society: Erin Cole, Emma Colton, Julia Colton, Adele Confer, Molly Davison, Elizabeth Gear, Annalise Chitola, Jordan Hurlbert, Bailey Johnson, Lily Schellender, Paige Manley, Corey McCaslin, Grace Sherman, Jackson Simpson, Ivy Spalding, Olivia Tate, Sydney Taylor, Nevaeh Tucker, and Malachi Walter. Congratulations, everyone.
Congratulations. Now, I don't know about you guys, but we had a lot of fun visiting these houses and visiting the kids, and we met a lot of nice animals as well.
Yes, we did.
A lot of well-trained dogs.
Yes.
Like, I don't know what people do to their dogs, but like Mr. Kelly's there. But my bulldog, we've had her for a long time, and she still wants to greet people by jumping on them and loving them. Now, I'm telling, these dogs were like they told them to sit, and they sat. Like, I don't know, not my girl. My girl wants to just love you. They were great. And by the way, I just want you to know that we were told that all of our people were in town. In town was in like a 30-mile radius, because Mr. Brenner and I were driving around all over the place. I guess it's all
I told Sarah that some of your people weren't going to be right in town, but that we would take the ones that were like way out there. And we traveled almost to the New York border.
That's perspective, I guess, right? Perspective on what in town really is. It was good though. It gave us a little bit of break from our normal,
Yeah.
in the office craziness. So it was good. It was a good break.
Although we had 2 that we could walk right to from the school. So those ones were nice.
I think our favorite part was catching everyone off guard and in their PJs. So
that was, yes.
It was really great to see them though, because I feel like we've been missing our students for so long. It was awesome to go and see them, and the surprise on their face was really cool.
Yeah.
And their excitement and their virtual school setups with their, school ready, working out. So we'd like to see that also.
It was a blast. Well, thank you so much for joining us and for welcoming our new inductees. And it was certainly a nice little thing yesterday for us to be able to go in teams and deliver them their certificates. And they got a little NHS lapel pin and a little bag of congratulatory goodies. So we were happy to take part in that. And I know Mrs. Keating and I really appreciate you asking us to be part of that. So thanks so much.
Thank you.
Thanks for helping us.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thanks. Okay, on to you, Mrs. Keating, for the news today.
Nope. News is you, Mr. Brenner.
Okay, I'll do news. So today, Avril Haines was nominated to be the Director of National Intelligence for the Biden administration. This will be the first female Director of National Intelligence. John Kerry has been chosen to be the Climate Envoy, and Janet Yellen is being nominated as the Treasury Secretary. How about sports? You want to do sports?
I got sports for you. I unfortunately do not have any of football news as far as it goes for Mr. Kelly today. I did look to see if there were any updates for him, but I didn't see anything good because I did try. But in American football news, we did have Monday Night Football last night. The Rams beat the Buccaneers 27-24. So for all the people who do not like Tom Brady, today is your morning. And it is confirmed, unfortunately, for first round draft pick Joe Burrow's ACL, MCL, and some other internal knee damage for him. So it looks like he's definitely out for the year and looking at some reconstructive knee surgery. And it's starting already for in the world of women's college basketball. The UConn women's basketball activities are already halted for a positive COVID test. So today's day in history, Mr. Brenner.
So we might not have had a sports thing for Mr. Kelly, but I do have a history thing.
Right.
In recent history, back in 1542, the English defeated the Scots at the Battle of Solway Moss in England. I don't know if I said that right, Mr. Kelly.
Close enough.
Okay, so I looked this up a little bit because I didn't know a lot about it, but this was quite an interesting situation because the English had only about 3,000 people, and the Scots had like 15,000 people, and then the English won the battle. And not a lot of people died, but there were a lot of prisoners taken in the battle. But wow, what a battle back in 15.
It's like a regular weekend in England.
It's a regular weekend.
Yeah.
In 1927, federal officials battled 1,200 inmates after prisoners in Folsom Prison revolted. In 1963, Jack Ruby fatally shot the accused assassin of President Kennedy, Lee Harvey Oswald, in the garage of the Dallas Police Department. And in 1992, Congress passed the Brady Bill requiring a 5-day waiting period for handgun sales. The bill is named for President Ronald Reagan's press secretary, who was left partially paralyzed after being hit by a bullet during an assassination attempt on President Reagan.
Is that the same Folsom prison that
Johnny Cash.
that Johnny Cash sang about?
Yep.
The prison blues, right?
Absolutely.
This is a really important history things we need to speak about, Mr. Brenner. All right, on to the weather today. Today we have a high of a chilly 43 degrees, clouds yielding to that big fiery sun in the sky a little bit later. And tonight we'll see a low of 29 degrees. Plenty of clouds with a flurry or two later on today.
Mrs. Keating, you're doing a great job with this weather person flair of the fiery sun and like.
You know what? I'm inspired by a few people in my life. I told you I had a dream in my life by some ESPN at some point. I'm hoping they pick me up at some point. But Ginger Z on Good Morning America is one of my favorite people on earth, and she's my favorite weather gal on earth. So I do. I like there's some sports and weather people in my life that maybe one day, maybe they'll find me.
Absolutely.
Thank you. With the COVID update here before we talk, I was a little excited by something I saw today, but I feel like it's a little smoke and mirrors. There's only 4 cases in Bradford County on the news today. I feel like that means tomorrow there's going to be a lot more, but it only showed 4 cases this morning. I know. But it was like, I was like, whoa, what happened? Why was there was only 4 cases? So I don't know if there was like a hold up in a lab somewhere or something, but maybe that's positive news that it's slowing down. So we'll see. COVID-19 update, maybe?
Yeah, hopefully we're headed in the right direction.
I hope so.
We do remain at number 10 for infection rate out of the total 67 counties, which again is in the right direction because we were number 7 a few days ago. Also, the governor announced yesterday that new COVID safety measures are being put in place in our state. The new measures include revamped school safety attestation, targeted business and gathering restrictions, and a new enforcement plan that includes liability protection for businesses, enforcing the Secretary of Health's strengthened mask wearing order. This is all from the Department of Health website. So if it sounds like I'm reading it, it's because I am reading it from the Department of Health website. The administration is also advising all Pennsylvanians to limit unnecessary travel and keep gatherings held in homes to members of the same household. And that concludes our COVID-19 update.
I know there's a lot of, I worked in the restaurant industry for a really long time, and I know that there's a lot of upset people in this world for, families coming together in the restaurant industry. And I know a lot of people who own restaurants, and there's a lot of upset people with the regulations to restaurants, but we're just trying to keep everybody safe over the holidays, and the community's coming together to try to keep everybody safe. It's really important. So hopefully we keep those numbers down in Bradford County by doing those things. So fingers crossed. Nobody wants to see businesses suffer. We just want to keep everybody safe.
We just need to take our precautions and do the best we can to try to keep things under control, and just we'll see what the future brings. We have some promising vaccines that may help the situation, but we don't know. This is an interesting time. I mean, we sometimes, Mrs. Keating and I remember that one Friday. Was it the Friday the 13th, wasn't it, last year?
Friday the 13th, a month into my administration career, Mr. Brenner.
We sent everyone home to see him in 2 weeks after COVID was over. We said, we'll see you. We got this COVID, and we'll give it a couple weeks, and then we'll come back, and it'll pass us by, and we'll be okay. Well, it sure lasted us longer than 2 weeks.
Sure did. But you know what the good news was, Mr. Brenner? The whole time we had this phenomenal network administrator named Will Kelly, who kept us giggling and laughing, that we get to have with us as our special guest. And he keeps us all on our toes and laughing and in working computer gear. And he's with us here today on this awesome Tuesday before Thanksgiving with his special canine friend on his desk there.
Yeah, Mr. Kelly, who do you have there with you?
That's Dexter. He's just keeping an eye on things.
What can you show us Dexter's hairdo? I heard he goes to the same hairdresser as Mr. M. Oh, look at him.
Oh,
Look at that.
Is.
Look at
he's
that.
a proud dog.
He is. He's dapper.
His favorite TV show is The Handmaid's Tale, so I've got to put that back on.
That's my favorite too.
Yeah.
How about,
Blessed be his dog food.
Yes, blessed be. Look at him.
Is Dexter's clock a functional clock?
Back in the day it was, yeah, but he chewed it up. What do you do?
You love
He's
it.
still teething.
We're going to see a picture of the real Dexter really shortly, and he really does look like him, doesn't he?
Oh, he's a legend.
I love it.
All right, Mrs. Keating, what do you think? Should we do the questions first or the photos first?
Oh, first of all, thank you for taking out the klaxon in your morning announcements. It was just causing too many incidents in our household. Thank you. All I can say.
Well, let me tell you that sound, Mr. Kelly,
Yes.
is, I can't even tell you what, that alarm goes off every day on Mr. Brenner's phone. And I said to him, please tell me that isn't what wakes you up in the morning.
Yeah.
If that's what wakes you up in the morning, because your poor wife, like if that's what wakes, it sounds like a jackhammer. Like she's not gonna like you anymore. So please change that. So he actually cut it out of the beginning of that form. I think he did it for me, but I think he also got sick of it. It's awful,
Oh,
right?
I was sick.
Oh,
It put me in a bad mood, and I'm a really lighthearted person. I'm like, please stop.
Just changing the tone of the show. We had to get rid of it.
positive vibe.
So here's the story behind that. You guys remember there was one day where I missed doing we were in school in person, and I missed doing the announcements in person. And I ended up doing them at like 9:30 because I was like, oh my gosh, I forgot the announcements, and I felt horrible. And I was like, I am never going to let this happen again. So I found the most horrific sounding alarm, and I set it 2 times before it was actually time to do announcements to make sure that I actually was at my phone and doing the announcements on time for the school. So then school went remote, and the alarms were still on. So for a couple days during our shows, they'd go off at 8:25, you know, or I think it was 8:22 and then 8:24 in order to make sure that I did the PA announcements. But at that time we were recording the show. So that's kind of how it got onto the show. But that's my, hey, don't forget the announcements alarm.
It sounds like, hey, please make your assistant principal miserable for the rest of the day sound. I said, please change it to like harps or like something nice, and like there's better reminders, you know. So we've now moved on to bigger and nicer things. So thank goodness for everybody's well-being. So thank you for making that comment. It's not just me.
No.
Oh,
Of course, thank you to Mrs. McDonald for our morning show jingle that gets us started every morning.
that's awesome. We love it so much. So Mr. Kelly, tell us about yourself.
Obviously, be short and sweet. Oh, my parents are Irish. They met in Dublin in the swinging 60s and moved over to foggy London town in the 60s. And in 1969, the only highlight in their life, I was born. And then they had to deal a year later with the crushing disappointment of my brother being born, but what do you do? And yeah, they were a traditional Irish family working 10 jobs just to keep us going. That's, you know, normal working class people. And then fast forward 1999, and here I am, 21 years later, in a nutshell.
Nice.
So what brought you here, Mr. Kelly?
My wife basically stole I don't even know where my passport is today. We came, we visited. I have no idea where it is, so I couldn't go back. I'm a political prisoner.
So
Allegedly.
go ahead.
No, that's it. I'm saying no more.
So you
Because
came here,
INS, the immigration office might be watching.
so you came here in 1999?
Yeah.
And what made you start working with computers?
It was literally a changing life. I came over, started again, and I just wanted to do something that I was interested in. So it took me a while to get there, doing different jobs, but I got there in the end. So it's fun.
So you decided you were going to come here, and you got out the maps and you got out the literature, and you found Troy, Pennsylvania was, out of all the towns in the United States that you wanted to settle, this is the town.
Oh, no. It's Blossburg, Pennsylvania.
Oh.
That was an even more obscure pin in the map.
So
I don't even think there's a red light in Blossburg. Maybe at the bank. That's about it.
Wow.
At the drive-thru in the bank. That's the only red light in Blossburg, I think. So yeah, just keeping it real.
That's amazing.
I didn't know until like she took the blindfold off, so I didn't know where I was then. But hey, it's all good. It's all good.
She just brought you here.
Family now.
That's amazing.
She's not going to watch this, right?
No, I don't know. We're going to send her the link.
That's okay. I'm uploading it, so probably not.
And obviously you got comfortable here because you obviously have children, and we're going to see you have a brood of grandchildren.
Oh my Lord, yeah.
Awesome. It does. It looks like when you said last night when we were talking, Modern Family, it does. It looks like the Modern Family TV show. It looks like the ad for Modern Family.
Oh yeah, there's 8 of those puppies, yeah.
It's beautiful.
8 grandkids who take great joy in trying to imitate my accent poorly.
Oh.
I'm not Australian, people.
Oh.
Hold on.
It's an easy mistake to make, right?
And my granddaughter keeps asking if I have a dingo. I don't understand why. The one in the middle.
The one right there in the light purple.
The third one next to the black t-shirt guy, the 7'8" grandson.
Yeah, where did he get all that height?
I don't know. It's not. We wonder.
He's eating Wheaties every day or something.
Oh, and the rest.
Oh my goodness.
Eat for America, that boy.
Wow.
So tell us a little bit about all these people, Mr. Kelly.
Oh,
How many children do you have?
well, a family 3, and then 8 grandkids right here. Most of them are in town. 2 of them are in Virginia, so they're a long way away. But we keep in contact daily, so it's all good.
Nice.
And everyone gets their cousin t-shirts. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, that was this summer. They were all together for the summer, so we all got our family pictures and portraits taken. So
Very cool.
that was a fun time. Again, listening to 8 people trying to imitate my accent poorly.
Very cool.
I had to put my headphones on. I don't know if you guys could hear it, but it sounds like there's some construction going on here next to my...
That happens to us usually, where all of a sudden people start drilling through our ceilings and walls.
We
Or
just
something starts
surrounded by weird sounds. When the heating kicks in, I don't even know what's going on. I keep jumping under the desk.
It looks like you have quite a big heater right there behind you, Mr. Kelly.
Yeah, I think that's just eye candy. I'm not sure it works.
That's just decoration.
Yeah, I'll put some Christmas decorations on it later on just to spruce it up.
So, Mr. Kelly, tell us about your job. So you and Mr. Griffin, you guys work closely together a lot with the kids. Our one-to-one iPad program is something that you guys work firsthand with to get everything ready. What does that process look like from beginning to end? Of course, I think we were 4 to 12 one-to-one iPads, and this year we knew that we were going totally remote at some point, and we had to add the K through 3 iPads. What does that process look like as far as you guys go?
Oh, it's been incredible. It's been a crazy time. Like our work has just doubled. Because it's like you say, K through 12, we had to literally assign one-to-one each individual student an iPad. And quite literally every single one we touch gets a special treatment. Every single one in our era gets that, it gets that. That.
Oh my goodness.
All of that goes on that.
Oh, Mrs. Gilliland will be happy to know that all the PPE that we did purchase is going to good use, especially for
every single student iPad is it's sparkling clean. But a little message for the students, Kleenex. So like, if you get some shrapnel up in your nasal passage, please don't put them on the iPad. It's tough work getting them off. You have to use plenty of hammers and chisels just to get the poor little boogers off here. Sorry for being gross, but it's real.
So when the box comes in with a brand new iPad, tell us what you guys have to do when they come
From
in.
the very beginning, it's we get it in, we have to put it into our mobile device management system, and then once it's in there, we assign it to the student. That sounds all simple and straightforward, but from start to finish, it takes about 20-30 minutes to download the apps and assign it to the student, but multiply that by about 1,000 or more. That was a pretty intense summer. And like I say, every now and again, we get new students obviously coming in and returning them damaged, and we have to go through the whole process again. Seriously, we clean every single one that's coming in, if it's going out. My hands, until they're just luminous. The cleanest hands.
And then
in Bradford
and
County.
they get labeled with the students' ID numbers, right?
They have the student's name on the back. We give them cases, so.
Oh, that's right. They each go into their own protective cases, right? So I guess if you figure when you get a new cell phone and you switch over and you're, making sure that all of your stuff transfers over, that every single iPad that's happening for
every single one. Like we said, when we get them, we sign them into all their OneDrives and Kaola and Canvas. We have to, make sure it's all that's top of everything else. So it's a process, but it's fun. It's fun. It keeps us busy every day.
Wow.
So, Mr. Kelly, I actually have a question about my iPad. It's not been working great lately. I'm wondering if you have any suggestions, like is there anything I can do to make this like work a little? I don't know if it's a battery issue.
No, that'll buff right out. That'll be fine.
Oh, okay.
Just stick it in the microwave.
Okay.
30 seconds, you'll be golden.
I haven't been using the case. Like it makes it a little too thick, so I took.
May want to put some gloves on just in case. You never know.
Very good. That's actually not my iPad. I think it was run over by a truck or something. So.
But we do also have, honestly, we have a good system in place because all the iPads are insured, and we have a place where when they come back, it goes back, and within 5 days turnaround, we get them back. So we take care of them straight away too. So we have between the three of us down there, we have a pretty slick operation going on, thankfully.
You guys are doing a great job, and you're keeping us going through all of these remote shutdowns. And I think it's very important to mention that Mr. Kelly has been really helping a lot with the morning show behind the scenes. He helps us to get the show uploaded onto YouTube and sent out to the students. And, you know, when first couple shows, we weren't doing a really great job because we're not as good at that. And Mr. Kelly stepped in and said, hey, I can help you out. And he's putting it up on different, on the website, and I think on the district Instagram and on YouTube, and really pushing it out so everybody can see the show, and hopefully it starts everybody's day in a nice way. So thanks, Mr. Kelly, for all your help additionally with this show.
Thank you.
When I first visited, I came 2 days before I even decided to come here to Troy. And one of the very first things I got to do was visit the tech department, and I got to meet the guys and meet some of the kids that worked with the tech squad. And I couldn't talk enough to my husband when I got home about how things worked, and watching you guys and watching the kids work with you guys, and the way you had the kids implemented into helping you guys. It's such a neat way that you guys work, and with the one-to-one system and keeping everything in the school working. It's a really neat program that you guys have, and how you keep everything going, and it's so appreciated now that I'm involved in it, and it's really neat and so appreciated. So I know you guys don't get enough thank you and enough appreciation.
Well, thank you.
So one of the things at Thanksgiving that I'm thankful for, so that's for sure.
Thank you.
Just so you know that.
We try to keep it simple.
And your humor every day, because everybody knows I love a good giggle, and you always offer one, and especially my friend Dexter.
Yeah.
And his Handmaid's Tale.
Oh, yes.
Because his mask doesn't fit his face.
In his dog's eye, yep. He's got it all covered.
I love him.
All right, is it time to start looking through some of
let's
the
look
photos?
at some of the pictures. Let's do it.
All right. Mr. Kelly, tell us a little bit about this.
Oh, if you're a sports fan, the teams just pick you. You don't pick a team, they just pick you. And they're my hometown team, and they are horrible. They make like the Cleveland Browns look like the Kansas City Chiefs. They are just, but they're my team. I can't, I try to just throw them away, but they keep coming back like a bad penny. I don't know what to do with them.
Good, bad, ugly, right, Mr.?
Yeah, and they're uppercase you and the ugly.
Love it.
But they're my team. I can't get rid of them.
I love it.
All right, Mrs. Keating, this has to be added to the sports report now. How?
Yeah, they're playing tonight, of course. So everyone needs to know they're playing tonight against Birmingham City. So come on, you hatters.
I'm gonna add it now to Mr. Kelly's team. The score will now be added.
It won't be a lot of joy, I'm telling you. I'm sorry.
I will say, I did tell Mr. Kelly that when I was in France the first time, I've always been a football fan, but I was in France with kids from England, and my first experience with football, with actual football, not American football, was Manchester United and Arsenal with kids from England. Was the most electric sports experience of my life, because it is madness. It's more madness than it wasn't even in a sports arena. Like, just watching it was crazy. And it's the first time I laid my eyes on David Beckham, who was amazing. But it was craziness, like so much fun and so much excitement. I never thought, and I've been a football fan since, because it's so exciting. Like, and the passion and excitement that, European, it's amazing.
That's what they're missing in England right now. They're all desperate to go back to the games. They just can't. Well, like a dog on a leash, they just want to get running in the park. It's just, they used to just shouting and screaming, but they just got to stay at home now and just scream at the remote control.
And Dan has met my husband. My husband is a big lineman, huge football man, like American football man. And World Cup time, you would think that he is a crazy during World Cup time. Loves it.
Oh, yeah, I can't breathe during the World Cup.
We're looking.
This is the last time England got to the World Cup semi-final, so no one was talking to me for 2 weeks.
This COVID stuff better be gone during when World Cup's in the United States, because our plan was to travel for World Cup time. So.
Oh yeah.
That was definitely our plan. So we're hoping.
Yeah, we have the same plan.
Yeah. All right. What else? Oh, there's the real Dexter.
Look at those eyes. Oh my gosh.
Isn't he handsome? Look at him.
Yeah. Don't believe the hype.
Look at him.
Mr. Kelly, tell us a little bit about the personality here of Dexter. What's Dexter like to have as a dog?
Oh. He's an English Springer Spaniel, as you can see, and they said for the first couple of years he's going to bounce off the walls. They weren't joking. He just literally bounces off the walls. Now he's 10 years old, so he's an elder statesman, so he just gently glides off the walls now.
Yes.
So his hobby now is sleeping, which is good, and eating my shoes, which is not good.
Uh-oh.
I feel like a pirate walking around my house because I've only got one shoe. So, thanks, buddy.
Oh, I love him.
Oh, there's the family photo. We've seen that. Where is this, Mr. Kelly? Where's this photo taken?
Oh, that's in between Blossburg and Mansfield. It's in a place called Cherry Flats near Covington. My wife's family has a farm out there, so we took the pictures there.
What's the age difference there?
No, you put me on the spot
I'm
now.
sorry, Grandma would know that.
He definitely knows that. Me, I just show up. 18's the eldest, and I think 8 is the youngest.
I was gonna say 7 or 8.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that works.
I was gonna say the women in the world know that.
That's right. I just sign my name. Card put in front of me every 2 weeks. Okay, I'll just sign it.
Well, Mr. Kelly, if you got that right, I think they all owe you an ice cream, and then if you got it wrong, maybe you owe them an ice cream.
Right.
I just heard, with me an ice cream. That works.
That's a nice. That's a nice looking crew there.
Oh, they're fun.
How about this?
And this is speaking Mr. Brenner's language here.
That's the real deal.
I was going to say you may need to introduce him to.
You can get him at Amazon Prime or Wegmans, the original. Like for example, that's PG Tips. I can't even begin to speak highly enough of American tea because I can't speak highly of American tea.
And I've had experience with this as well when I traveled, because being a French major, I was in Europe I was there for 3 months and lived with a French family. And then I had English classmates that I traveled with and lived and stayed with them. And you're absolutely right. Tea time was my favorite time. So
it's different. It's
totally different.
That stuff will put hairs in your chest right there. The local stuff, no, not so much.
No.
How do you prepare this tea, Mr. Kelly?
Religiously.
Awesome.
I have the tea. I keep it simple, so I just boil the water, tea bag in the cup, pour it in, let it sit, go back and devour it. I mean, drink it.
And
That's
how much tea do you drink then in a day?
Sorry?
How much tea do you drink in a day?
Am I supposed to count?
He's got his records, his tea documentation record. Oh my gosh. Holy moly.
That'll get me through the morning.
Little Stanley thermos there.
My dad had that, and he used to leave the house with that in the morning with his coffee.
Yeah, that'll get me through till about 10 o'clock. So
it's amazing.
Yeah.
Mr. Kelly, I knew on this day before Mr. Brenner and I left for Thanksgiving break that you were not going to disappoint.
Sorry.
I knew it. I knew. But I knew you were apprehensive, but I knew that the entertainment value was going to be at a maximum.
Oh, you're taking me way out of my comfort zone.
Well,
you entertained us to a maximum, and we appreciate it.
we want to
Thank
thank you and Dexter. And if you don't like the show, we know it just won't be posted because you're the person that posts it up on those sites every day.
If it gets lost and put at the bottom of the web page, we know.
If you just get like a picture of a dog, that'll be like,
If it's a broken link, we get it.
We know what
I'll
happened.
give you a Kaola link.
Oh yeah. Okay. Well, I want to thank you all. This is a good show. My face hurts a little bit from
Me
laughing
too.
and smiling, and
This is good for my.
Oh, if you don't laugh, you cry. That's why I look at it.
Oh yeah.
yes. All right. Well, I want to again thank you, Mr. Kelly, for joining us. Also, thanks to Mrs. Algebra Brown and Mrs. Bio Brown for joining us to share the good information about our NHS students. And unless anyone has any final comments, we'll wrap up the show with our alma mater.
Nope, thank you.
Thank you.
O Trojans, this to our joy.
Uh-oh.
I didn't do it.
Well, let's try again. That was me trying to adjust the volume on my computer and changing the slide.
Technology, hey.
Take two.
O Trojans, this to our joyous song in praise of the red and white, and honor your alma mater as long as you dare to be true and do right. The good times we've had as the days speed our way will hold in memory dear. We'll honor our high school forever and day. For our dear THS we will cheer.
All right, students, get to work. Everyone have a great day today. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.